Hey, this is the beach report for the Tuesday, August 13th. I was asked about the beach and if it looks different from... Nah, it doesn't look that much different, to be honest with you, except the water looks really weird. It's like a amber tinge to it, which I don't know if that's from just the daytime sunlight. I don't know. It's kind of... Definitely the water looks more amber than normal. I don't know why. That is kind of weird. But yeah, the beach did get some erosion. I can tell by the mounds of dirt, but it's not like the cliffs that we get sometimes. If you watch some older videos, you'll see that there are cliffs that form during after major storms or king tides or whatever. And that takes like several days to 2 weeks almost for them to, I guess, be pounded back down by people just walking off of them or whatever. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but no, it looks normal to me, sort of. I mean, really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the question was at this point because I'm trying to figure out. Like, I thought maybe you meant there was cliffs, and that the water was at the last second splashing. It does that. Okay, so if you're talking about how the waves come in and it's like at the last second crashing, they're a little bit more active today than normal. They're farther out than normal, but. No, there's days, I remember one time in particular, there were two hurricanes off the coast, actually more like way over there, and they were affecting the tide in a weird way that was like, up until like the last 2 feet, it was completely calm, and the last 2 feet was like crash, 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 and it was like a really, really weird thing. So I wasn't here the last few days because obviously, I was cut off from the world until Monday, and then Monday morning I was going to go down here, but I took a left turn instead, so I was like, dang it. I was halfway to Walmart, and I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot to at least go to the beach for a few minutes. Oh, there's that sunrise, that beautiful sunrise. It's very red right now. Unfortunately, the clouds are obscuring all the other colors, like the reds, the golds, the pinks. I love our sunrises. We have, like, it's a lot of pinks and golds, kind of like what heaven's like. All right, so... I'm just letting you know that it looks normal to me for the most part. I mean, I'm not sure. If you haven't been here in about 3 years, maybe it's different because about 3 years ago they did a major renovation where it went from about, I'd say it was a fourth of the size of the beach it is now. Of course, we're at low tide right now, so you can tell this is low tide, and you can tell where the high tide line is. It's all wet going down here too. See where that debris is? That's the high tide line. So we got a high tide line, a low tide line, and then the sand where everybody likes to put their beach towels out on, and that's where you find a lot of treasures because people take off the earrings, put them on their towels. When they get up, they forget all about it when they're leaving and shake their towels off, and there go their earrings and other jewelry. So if you're a beach goer, make sure you always check behind yourself. Don't just put your jewelry on your towel. Find a place for it. Keep it in the car. Honestly, your best bet is to keep your jewelry in the car. And you might be thinking, well, I don't think it's going to fall off in the water. You'd be surprised. Your body does shrink in the water, by the way. If you're in the water for a long period of time, like more than 5 minutes, I don't know if you remember what prune hands were when you were a kid, but yeah, your body shrinks because the water pressure is greater than the air pressure that you're normally used to. And plus, you're also at the beach, and we're closer to sea level, obviously, so we have a higher density of atmosphere than, say, on a mountain, because that's why when you're walking on a mountain, you can't breathe as well. That's because they have less oxygen, because it's not as dense of molecules. It's more spread out. I remember the first time I ever went to see my girlfriend up in the mountains when we were in college, and I went into not her pool, but she was in college still. It was on the weekends. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, I was at the pool for the school, and I remember like when I pushed myself down, it didn't take any effort at all. It's like the density of my body was at that time was less than the density of the water drastically. So I just sunk really quick, and I couldn't understand it at the time. But it was just because even like the air molecules are farther apart, the water molecules are also farther apart because they are I guess like air and water, they're very fluidic. I hate to use that term, but I don't know another easier term to use. But they can, of course, move apart, not like a solid. Although solids technically can over time. It just takes a lot more energy. there comes that sunshine rising. So no, I mean, for the most part, and I'm on the east end of the island. Of course, the west of the island is, well, let's just put it this way. It's there's the pier, and that used to be an attraction. Hopefully they'll get it fixed up. And then over there, past the yellow house, you see that all those other houses are on another island all together called Oak Island. So, no, I mean, so for the most part, this beach looks pretty much the same as it normally does. I'm going to start walking now, so y'all have a great day. It's a great morning, fantastic morning. I don't feel the sun burning my skin yet. And if you're a Kryptonian, you might want to wait a few more minutes because it's still in the reddish phase. So it might, you might not want to try to fly right now until it gets a little higher.